Hey, what's up, VC? Joachim here with one more video. So this video likely to be the beginning of a series that I thought that would be cool to jump in it. I'm gonna do some videos. I'm trying to keep it shorter, but I realized that on my first videos I just ADHD kicks in, start rambling and stuff like that, and yeah, they're way too long. So I want to make videos that are similar to the videos that I enjoy watching, and as a result of that, so I decided that I'm gonna try to do on a weekly basis, or maybe every other week. Show some records, from a particular era, right? So for today, I decided I'm going to show 25 records that came out in the 80s. So every single record here was released in the 80s. Mostly punk, because that's mostly I own is punk rock, and within that genre, I decided to exclude any compilations that came out, in the 90s, even recently, with recordings from the 80s, but they never came out during the 80s. So every single record I'm going to show came out in the 80s, and I believe every single one of them, for the ones that are not familiar with and that do enjoy rock and roll. Well, if you enjoy punk, you're more likely to be familiar with the big majority of these records. But I encourage anyone that likes rock and roll or is enthusiastic about music and wants to, discover new things, to give any of these records a shot, because they're cool. It's cool stuff here. Anyways, so starting with Reckless Eric, Big Smash. This came out in 1980. It does have the single Wild Wide World in here, but this is was released as a full-length official album, not a compilation, by Reckless Eric. And this record is absolutely fantastic. You have everything from straight pop rock tunes, punk songs, power pop, rock and roll tunes. It's a great double LP. 1980 on Stiff Records. There we go. Next, I chose to show this one, which is from one of my favorite bands. This is The Boys' fourth LP. Came out in 1980 on Safari Records. And this record is just great. It's not as punky as the first and the second LP, especially. But I'm not a dancer, but this record gets me going. And it does have like some solid punk tunes. Little White Lifeline is a great song. Wrong Arm of the Law, great, just great. And I know, I've seen this recently reissued. Not sure if it is an official reissue or not, but if you cannot get your hands on the original copy, yeah, get yourself a reissue. It's a great record. From 1980, I could have shown the first LP by this band, but I decided to go with this one, simply because it's punkier to me. So this is the Carpets, Fight Amongst Yourself. The first LP, Frustration Paradise, is great, but this one has a couple songs that really, take the cake for me. Just the song itself, the first song, Nothing Ever Changes, is just fucking awesome. So, great record. Also, I believe I've seen a reissue of this somewhere, which got me, I was surprised about it, but anyways, great record. Next, Teenage Head, from 1980. This is Frantic City. Not as good as their debut. However, this is a pure rock and roll album. You know, they quite a few covers on this one. Yeah, it starts on Wild One with Wild One. Got like they cover Brand New Cadillac, it's pretty rad. Something else, but this is a great rock and roll record. Yeah, it's worth it to buy it for sure. This came out 1980 on Attic Records. You know, trying to stick to a plan is causing some tension here. You know, definitely, definitely, I'm not one of those that enjoy structure. But anyways, I'm doing my best. Great record from 1980, Cockney Rejects, the greatest hits, Volume 2. I decided to show this one instead of greatest hits, Volume 1, just because this record, in my opinion, it's overall better. Doesn't have one single bad song. You know, it's what you expect from Cockney Rejects. Oi, you know, punk, oi, you know. But it's, you know, a lot of sing-along stuff. Good lyrics, you know. Good lyrics, you know, has a lot of good tunes. You know, if you like beer, if you like oi, you love this record. Oi, 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 Hate of the City, Sitting in a Cell, We Can Do Anything, It's Alright. Yeah, this is a fantastic record. This is 1980 on EMI. Next. Next, Forgotten Rebels, In Love with the System. I do love this record. You know, it's just, yeah, it's great, man. Someone that writes a song like stating every new government is more expensive than the last. Yeah, it's something that I gotta love. And this came out in 1980. 1980. Star Records production. Rebel Tunes. I know this is the first pressing. Yeah, 1980 is a great record, man. It's just like, if you're not familiar with Forgotten Rebels, and you know, just imagine, I don't know, I'll say like DOA meets Simple Tones. That's, you know, what I can come up with. Yeah, great record. Funny and controversial lyrics for sure. Next one, we have 999. This is a great record from 1980 or 81. Let me see. No, this is 1980 on Albion Records. Yeah, I do love. I'm a big 999 fan, and you know, I know that throughout their discography, there is like some subtle changes into their style, but they don't have one single bad record, and this record is great. You know, for some reason, the song "The Biggest Prize in Sport," from a foreign standpoint, like since I live in US, and I come from a culture that you know, we do not promote competition, or at times we see competition as risky and eventually unhealthy characteristic of human life. So every time I listen to the song the Biggest Prize in Sport, it always makes me laugh. For some stupid reason, it reminds me that I choose to live in a highly competitive country. That's fine. Anyways, so Boys in a Gang is here, you know, and it's a fantastic song. A song with, you know, what's the first line? No one missing. What is it? No one missing a single beat. High tension, so neat. Great record. Great record here. Red Rockers, a band that after this record they turn into a direction that doesn't appeal to me whatsoever. I'm not even familiar with it. I listened to a couple, bits and pieces of the other records back then, and it was just too new wave-ish, too pop-ish. Yeah, it didn't appeal to me whatsoever. However, this record is fantastic. Red Rockers, Condition Red. This is just fantastic. Sound-wise, reminds me like Mad Parade meets US Chaos, maybe because of the vocal delivery, but also, the guitars sound a little bit like it. But strangely, this record came out before Mad Parade dropped their first full-length recording, which I think is actually an EP, but on a 12-inch, and US Chaos. So, but this is great, man. Give these guys a try. It's a great record. You will not regret it. It's so good. It's so good. They even cover Folsom Prison Blues, but this is so good. Just listen to the song Teenage Underground, and if that song doesn't grab you, okay, you can pass on the record. But if you, after listening to Teenage Underground, if you feel like it's worth it to give it a shot, go for it. You will not regret it. Next up, we got Special Duties. Here's a controversial band. This came out 82 on Round the Light Music and Records. So, Special Duties, early UK 82 band. They have this anti-crass kind of thrive, but they were not as much anti-crass as it came about to be perceived as. So they were just like UK 82 punk, politically driven, 100% anti-establishment. And the crass piece came for the fact that they start singing about how these art punks or these punks, they'll come from a more middle class, eventually upper class background, didn't understand the struggle of being poor, right? So pretty much it's just like UK 82, the lyricism is like crass, but they pinpoint the fact that it's easier to do things, it's easier to stand against something, if you have some sort of resources, right? So don't blame on the kids. Special Duties, love it. Next one up, we got the Destructors. Oof. This is Exercise the Demons of Youth. Also a record that was reissued, maybe, I don't know, within the last 10 years for sure. I've seen a reissue of this record. This came out on Illuminated Records. Yeah. 82. Lyrics wise and the voice delivery, it just sounds like Steve Ignorant from The Crass going on a rant. But however, they have a more punk upbeat. It's a good record. Man, I wish. I'm sorry. I think they have a good cover on this record, but this record doesn't come with a track list in the back, so I don't listen to these in a while, so I don't know. I think it's Wild Thing. Yeah, I think they cover Wild Thing, which is pretty decent. Or maybe I'm confused. Yeah, it's Wild Thing, I'm sure. Sorry. Need to start wearing my glasses. And I'm sorry for putting this back in a jacket. I know it's a waste of time. I'm trying to be quick. I'm already on almost 15 minutes. Anyways. The Godfathers of Pathetic Punk. Splodge. So known as Splodge Nessa Bounce. This is the second LP. Came out on Razor Records. What year was this? Maybe 82? 82, something like that. This is great. This is, hilarious. I think it's even better than the first LP. Man, just listen to the song "Tough Shit Wilson." If that doesn't make you laugh, you need to, reassess your priorities. Let me flick this record. Anyways, next one up is the Hypnotics. Great record, Hypnotics. Endorphins. This is on Acid Rain Records from 1982. This is like a fantastic record. Sounds like, even though JFA first 7-inch came out, I believe in 81. Is prior to this. JFA didn't put out the full length, I believe, until 83. So it sounds like JFA, but it's pre-JFA. This is like amazing record, really amazing record. It's one of my favorite early hardcore records. Strongly recommend this one. So next one up, China White, Danger Zone, from 1981, on Frontier Records, 1981. Also recently reissued, I believe. So China White, they're pretty much, the guys from Flyboys. However, Flyboys are more punk rockish. China White follows more into the hardcore sound. This is a great record, dude. This literally sounds, in my mind, it sounds like if you throw TSOL. Imagine you throw TSOL, Agent Orange, and Angry Samoans in a blender. That's what you're gonna get. It's a great record. China White. The Straps on Cyclops Records. I believe 1982. This is a great record. This record is really heavily on bass. Heavy bass lines here. Again, early UK 82. But they do have some songs that are so frantic that almost those songs are not psychobilly because there's not a stand-up bass on it, and they're not talking about the outer space really. They do a decent cover of the House of the Rising Sun by the Animals, from the Animals. This is a really good record. I believe it's not a record that will be easy listening. You have to give it maybe a couple spins, but this is really good. The Straps. So next one up, we have Anti-Noir League. We Are the League on, man, what's the label? WXYZ from 1982. This is a great record. Some people love it, some people hate it. It's just punk rock is supposed to be fun. Some people say, oh, Anti-Noir is just a bunch of biker dudes, trying to milk on the punk scene. No, dude. They've been playing for 40 years live, touring the world, making punk kids happy to see them, always willing to hang out with a crowd. It's a great record, man. This is a classic. One of my favorite records of all time, Skeptics, So the Youth on Rockorama. This is from 1983. This record, I don't know if this record can be considered a game changer, but it's definitely unique sounding sounding record. It's like so much faster. You know, it kind of has like, it doesn't have a Discharge vibe to it because they have more breakdowns. You know, the bass are, you know, has more breakdowns. You know, they try to incorporate you know, like that little oi feel to it with some sing-along chorus. But this is great, man. The drumming on this is insane. Listen to the song Born to Lose. That would be good. A good start. Easy listening. Next one up, we got Toy Dolls from 1983, the debut. Yeah, this could be considered within the pathetic punk scene, if there was ever a scene. I can only recall Splotch, as I showed earlier, Damn, and Pork Dukes. There's more, but anyways, good. Toy Dolls, they're not also one of the best live acts out there. So entertaining, so amazing. Olga, the lead singer and lead guitar, is a phenomenal guitar player. You know, it's a band that is worth it to listen to it, to understand where they're coming from, you know, because the guy literally sounds like a cartoon. But this is just pure fun. I'm still to understand till this day why skinheads enjoy the Toy Dolls. Really, yeah, because it's a band that really doesn't bring politics to the mix. It's a band that is not about working class. It's a band that is not about drinking beer and and football or soccer. It's just about fun. So anyway, it's a great record. Toy Dolls. Okay, so next one up, The Blood, False Gestures for a Devious Public. This came out, this is on Noise Records. This came out, I don't know, 1982 or 83. So, pretty acclaimed record within the Oi scene, even though this is not an Oi record. This is a punk record with some, you know, heavy metal riffs, you know, that new wave of British metal riffs in it. This is just fucking phenomenal, dude. I don't know how to describe this. I know I've seen people trying to describe it, but everybody comes to, you know, to the same conclusion, like, yeah, there's no way to describe The Blood. It's just fucking awesome. Check them out. So, man, 3 minutes. Way longer. Next time I'll do like only 15 LPs. Or 7 inches. So anyways, next up we got the Gym Slips. This is a great record. This is probably, if you don't count the Slits, I'll say this is probably like the first Riot Girl band. This is fantastic, dude. This is like clearly punk rock, but it's like touches of glam or bubble rock or pub rock. It's fun. Some of the lyrics are hilarious. Clearly they don't take themselves seriously, but they have something to say and they're loud and proud. It's a great record. This is the original. Well, every single one I've been showing the first pressings. This came out on Abstract Records, and I believe this one is the 7-inch too. Yeah, he has a 7-inch with Silly Egg, which talking about not taking yourself seriously. Anyways, great record, Stranglehold. This is what year is this? This came out on One Step Records, and this is, I don't know, I'll guess 83, 84. And this is like great band from Boston. This is like kind of reminds me like the Real Kids. It's more like Real Kids meets the Ramones, so he has that more upbeat. But this is great. Corridor Girls is a great tune. Love it. Coming to the end of the line here. Next one up, one of my favorite records of all time. Love this record. I love this record so much that I realized I just have this. I have this record in 3 poly bags. So, anyways, this is Anti-Sect. Came out in Darkness There Is No Choice. Came out in 1984. This is the first pressing, and Anti-Sect is, you know, I'll say it's like their lyricism. It's like crass, and the vocals delivery, it's like crass, but pretty much it's all that under or over Discharge riffs. It's a sick record, fantastic record. Oh, another great record. Tales of Terror from the Bay Area. I'm not sure if they're from San Francisco, Oakland, but they're definitely from a Bay Area. This is like from 1984 on CD Presents. This is a fantastic record. Also, I've seen a reissue of this. Was surprised, but there's one out there for sure. So this is great, man. This is, you can argue there's some crossover here. It's hardcore record, California hardcore. But just the way this record sounds, correct me if I'm mistaken, but I'm pretty sure I heard someone saying that this record was, they record this live. So everybody got in the studio, played, and it was it. There was no takes, there was only a couple takes, but the band played live. Sounds great. It opens up with a Elvis cover, Hound Dog. Great record. 3 more to go. So, Crowd. I could have shown the first one, Adjustment Society, but I decided to show this one because I don't think it's mentioned enough, and definitely it's a pretty cheap record to still find it out there, and it's great, dude. This record is really good. Like the song Juvenile Justice is amazing. So it's a really good record. It sounds like Crowd. It's not like they deviate too much from their original sound. Yeah, give it a try. It's a great record. And this is from maybe 85 or 86. See, 84 actually on Just Cabbage Music. Great record. Okay, great record here. From Canada, Asexuals, Be What You Want. This came out 1984 as well. What's the label? Psych Industry. Is that the label? I don't know. But this is a great record. This record, in my opinion, it's like, I know The Descendants, Milo Goes to College, which is a record that I love. All Hell Could Be Any Worse by Bad Religion. Those records I kind of like trademarked at, the beginning of the melodic hardcore punk. Dude, but this record does fall in that category. It's fantastic. And it's great. Listen to the song Contra Rebel. If that song grabs you, listen to the full album. You're gonna love it. And last but not least, just because I do love Oi, and I eventually will do a video just showing Oi stuff from the 80s. This is one of my favorites of all time. This is Vicious Rumors from Oi Records. Came out on Oi Records on 86. These guys, they don't take themselves serious at all. There's no political bullshit in this. This is just about fun. It's just like having a good time. They have silly ass songs. Yeah, they do have really silly ass songs. But anyways, if you're familiar with the band Vanilla Muffins, which coined the sugar oi genre, which, as far as I'm aware, nobody else does it but themselves. I'll say this will be like pre-Sugar Oi. This is Sugar Oi. This is a great record. Give it a shot. Anyways, and that's a wrap. This was way too long, almost 30 minutes. I need to reassess. my video abilities. But I appreciate you all for watching, and feel free to message me, reach out, give suggestions. you know, this is a learning experience for me, and I'm enjoying thinking. The records out on my shelves is giving me opportunity to revisit a lot of records that I haven't listened in a long time. Yeah, and that's all. Probably will put together like a 70s punk video within the next week or so. Cheers. Take care.